Please do not.
I'm so. Why did the U.S. have to make its way into this? Why did the American Irish
Not just
dive
think
into this
solely about
too?
the alcohol.
What is going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with a new video today. And once again, today we're going to take a look, for the first time probably ever, at why Ireland hate England. And now, obviously, I feel like this is going to be just like the video we watched the other day. It's going to date back really, really far as to why they don't like each other, or why the Irish don't like the English. Obviously, they're all, Ireland are not in the UK, Northern Ireland are, but despite the sovereignty of the nations, they're extremely close to each other, and the people kind of look similar. They kind of intertwine things here and there. So I've always wondered why they don't like each other so much, especially from my perspective, because I have no clue why they don't really like each other. The Irish, I feel like, are actually really pleasant people, and I kind of like them. So I'm always questioning what the English did to absolutely piss them off. Now, this video, I believe, does, because I'm guessing it's from the same creator we watched the Why the English and French Hate Each Other video. I'm guessing it's going to be that same robot voice, so I apologize in advance for the droning robot voice. But yeah, I'll probably stop the video to talk every once in a while, but other than that, we're going to let it go. So yeah, let's get into why the Irish hate the English. As well, guys, you can find the original video just down in the description below.
This is Ireland. This is England.
Yeah,
On the
that's robot
surface,
voice.
Irishmen
Oh, God.
and Englishmen look rather similar, although Irish people are more likely to be redheads, a heaven for redhead fetish. It is well known that Irish people are not quite fond of the English people. Why? The complication between Irish and English people can be traced back to the ancient world, when the Celts inhabit both Britain and Ireland.
When the Celtic areas.
Later, the Romans came along and promoted Jesus. After the fall of Roman Empire, Anglo-Saxons from Germany came over to England, making England Germanic. The Vikings visited for a while, screwing both islands. Later, William the Conqueror and his Norman buddies invaded England and bits of Ireland. Although the Normans claimed to control whole Ireland, in practice nobody gave a crap. In fact, the Irish lords became more and more powerful over time. Everything changed when Henry VIII appeared.
King Henry
He
VIII?
made England Protestant, because his dick wanted another side chick. Then, he invaded Ireland.
Oh.
Ireland was still Catholic whilst the English
So it's religion. It's pretty much Protestants versus Catholics. Is that what we're actually gonna get to? Is that actually why Northern Ireland and Ireland aren't a thing? Is it actually religion? Because if that is, that would be unbelievable. Maybe it's just the connection to the UK and the economic difference between the two. But yeah, I guess let's continue.
invaders were Protestants. Unsurprisingly, the Irish people revolted against the English often. To make Irish people more British and Protestant, the English government encouraged Protestant English and Scottish people to settle in Ireland, in what is known as plantations. These plantations created a dominant Protestant minority in Ireland. During the War of Three Kingdoms, Oliver Cromwell from England managed to screw Ireland big time. Irish Catholics were heavily discriminated. To ensure England monarchs remained Protestants, the English politicians decided to invite a Protestant Dutch dude to be the king. This glorious revolution for England was definitely not glorious at all for Ireland. Most Irish Catholics remained poor whilst their English and Scottish Protestant lords lived the high life. Eventually, Ireland formally joined the United Kingdom. Irish Catholics began to demand for equal rights.
Daniel
The Great
O'Connell.
Irish Famine reduced the population in Ireland by starvation and emigration. The poor response by the British government in relieving the Irish people made the Irish people become more and more nationalistic.
So essentially, the British government didn't. So we not only have Catholics versus Protestants, but we have the Great Famine in Ireland, and the lack of help from the greater UK area, and so they just started to continue to revolt.
Into yet more rebellions. There was a clear divide in Ireland by the end of 19th century. Most of the island was poor, nationalist, Catholic and agrarian. The northeast was predominantly unionist, Protestant, industrialized, and rich. The Unionist Protestants saw themselves more British than Irish. Long story short, this British-Irish identity divide sparked off the Easter Uprising, partition of Ireland, and the Troubles. The Good Friday Agreement largely calmed everyone's tits, as both sides decided not to kill each other anymore. Then, the English people decided to go Brexit, pissing off the Scottish and Northern Irish population. The whole Brexit drama gave rise to the possibility of a united Ireland.
Yeah, I know, the possibility of a united Ireland.
Younger generations of Irish and English people are actually quite happy with each other, getting drunk together in local pubs. In Britain, nobody really gives a crap about your identity, unless you start speaking with a heavy unintelligible accent. In Ireland, however, your racial identity is everything. The Irish people generally do not like to be labeled as British. If you label an Irishman as an Englishman, you are probably a dead meat.
Jesus Christ.
The
This
English
video just
people
goes
sees
everywhere,
the
doesn't
Irish
it? This
as
is just a
extremely
lot.
religious and violent
This is a
drunkards.
lot to think about.
The Irish people see the English as ignorant snobbish bastards who screwed the whole Irish race. But they both hate Americans who called themselves Irish. When you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, please do not.
Why did the U.S. have to make its way into this? Why did the American Irish
Not just
dive
think
into this
solely
too?
about the alcohol and the hot girls in green costumes. Making the effort to understand Irish culture and history will make any Irish parents-in-law happy, and you can finally date that hot Irish redhead in peace. In conclusion, can Irish people continue to maintain their distinct cultural identity? Most likely. Because Celts will always be Celts. Thanks for watching.
What did we just watch? What was just happening in this video? What just happened? My mind is absolutely blown because they ran through so much of the history of Ireland in about half a second. In about half a second. That was just a lot to actually try and handle. Okay. I want to go back and kind of watch it, but I don't want to put you guys through the robot voice again. So we're just going to click through it again, like a slideshow at this point. So obviously, Roman Catholics, Catholicism, blah, 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 blah. England became Protestants with King Henry VIII. So it just literally became Catholics versus Protestants. That's pretty much it, right? Is that not the entirety of why Ireland and the UK don't get along? Well, I mean, that's why there's always the separation. But isn't that the same thing with Glasgow and Scotland too? Isn't that the separation that they have? Is that Celtic football club, Celtic, are, what is it? Catholics, and then or Rangers are Protestant, or is it the other way around? I don't know, one of the two. But anyway, then obviously the Protestants who followed England and the rest of the UK, blah 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 blah, got a lot richer. They could help each other out. They had the entirety part of like Northern Ireland sort of sectioned off because that's where a lot of them came in when they tried to conquer Ireland in the first place. There's a lot to go through here. There's a lot of revolutions. There's a lot of Irish revolutions. And then there's obviously the Great Famine in Ireland that killed off a lot of Irish people. Great Irish Famine. That's terrifying. Because, you can't even eat the potatoes, right? Wasn't that the thing? And so a lot of Irish people migrated to America. Didn't you just talk about how America sucks, though? Because of St. Patrick's Day? But a lot of Irish people emigrated to America to get away from starvation. It be what it be. This is why Boston is always like the St. Patrick's Day Central in the world. I don't know. Not in the world, I guess. Let me rephrase that. In the United States. But, okay, so there's a lot of Irish revolutions. An election. And then obviously Northern Ireland, and Ireland separated it up, partition of Ireland, and actually became, wow. So 1921 is when Northern Ireland and Ireland split. Belfast and Dublin. Oh, imagine those two being together now. Dublin will probably still have to be the capital, but I think a united Ireland would be insane. Or even if Ireland and Scotland just joined together and formed their own united union. And left England to be by itself. Let England and Wales be together. Let Scotland and Ireland and Northern Ireland all be together. And they finally, peace at last. You could join me if you want. It's not you could join me if you want. It's just peace. And then Brexit, and we won't talk about Brexit. We'll leave that here. And then we talk about how much they hate the United States. Yeah. Okay. This has been a weird video. This has been a very, very weird video. But if there's any other videos that actually kind of explain it a little bit more in depth, or maybe better, that don't have a nasty, disgusting little robot voice as well, let me know those down in the comments below. And please leave your comments because I will watch them. And let me know why, I guess, my generation of Irish, or of people probably don't hate each other in terms of English and Irish. But let me know if you guys do. And let me know why down in the comments below. I'd love to hear anything from you guys. I always do. I always read a bunch of the comments after the videos go out. Because I love to see what you guys think. But thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you guys for another video. Peace.